Hey, sweets. I'm Jutta. I'm a life coach and a healer and a teacher. And I thought I'm just going to do a quick video to help you to figure out if what I'm offering is right for you. Now, this fun video is nice because you can actually see me, and you can see if you relate to me, if we vibe on a similar frequency. Because I've been doing this work for 15 years, I realized that most people that are attracted to me and that I like to work with share similar traits. So I'm just going to tell you about what these traits are, and then you can see if you see yourself in them. So the first thing is everybody I've ever worked with has a big vision. And this is something that is within you that wants to come out, that kind of needs to come out, né? And it does not let you rest, so to say. So it keeps on needling you, it keeps on pushing. And if you ignore it, you do not feel well. You might get depressed, né? Or you kind of have to distract yourself. You have to I don't know, watch Netflix on repeat or drink alcohol or somehow dump it down to escape that knowing that you are meant for something bigger that wants to be born. And if you do not step up and do something about it, it doesn't go down well. So that's the first trait. And the second trait, because of this, everybody who has that big vision is also determined. Or maybe stubborn would be a better word for that. At least that's often what it looks like from the outside. No? And I'm sure there are well-meaning people in your life that tell you to just get over yourself and grow up and get a job or whatever, no? Because they cannot understand how you can keep on going for something that is, first of all, not tangible, and secondly, is slow in coming, maybe. But you have to be stubborn to birth a big vision into the world. Good. The third trait is that most of the people I work with are introverts, meaning you recharge by being alone. And that doesn't mean that you do not like to be with other people. Now you do, but you can only take so much before you feel depleted and you have to be by yourself again. So you recharge again, you feel better again. Good. Another trait is that you tend to pivot. And what I mean with that is that you have days where you feel really good. Everything's in the flow. You feel connected to your vision. You feel up to it. Nah? You feel like, yay, that's my life's work. This is what I'm going to do. And you're all excited about it and it flows. And then there are other days, and often in these days you are in your head, where you go into self-doubt. And then you get these questions. Who am I to do this? Will that ever make me money? Can I really do this? Is it good enough what I produce? And this brings me to the next point, because nearly everybody I work with is a perfectionist. And perfectionism can serve you on some level, but very often it just leads to procrastination. Now, it leads to you beginning to turn in circles and to don't find the way out anymore. And then you don't birth your babies into the world and they want to come out. Okay, so if you want help with this, I've developed a 4-step process that works really well for the kind of people I just described and for bringing your big vision out. Now, and the first step is what I call permission and acceptance. And what I mean with that, it's a mindset piece. And it's about realizing and really integrating and really deeply feeling it in your bones that you are who you are for a reason. That you are meant to be exactly who you are. There are no accidents in nature. There are no accidents in the universe. If you are a specific way, you are this way because this is what is needed to bring your vision out or to be who you are. And that also means that you are responsible for the way your life is. So you are the only one who can change things around, and you have to accept that responsibility. And you have to accept yourself, all your seeming faults, all your quirks, all your strange habits, and all your brilliance. Embrace it all. And when you manage to do that, it will flow so much easier. Now, everything you want to do comes out then a lot more natural, and you feel a lot better bringing it out. Once you accept that this is exactly who you are, this is exactly the right place for you to be and the right time, and you are exactly right for what you are meant to be doing. Okay, so that was the first step. The second step is getting clear. So what is your ideal version of life? Just imagine I'm now your fairy godmother and I have this wand and I wave it around and I tell you, I grant you your perfect life. But for that, you have to know, what does that look like? What do you really want? What does it feel like? What does it sound like? What is the environment like? What are you actually doing? What does success mean to you? What kind of success are you looking for? And how does the work you want to do integrate with the lifestyle you want to lead? And this step is often surprisingly difficult for people. We often don't allow ourselves to even have that big vision of our best life. And the reason we don't allow ourselves to do that often goes back to childhood. Because in childhood, especially until the age of 7, you are very, very open. You don't have filters in place. So whatever anybody tells you about yourself or about how life is like, you take it in. You take it as gospel. And it forms beliefs that then determine the way your life unfolds. And because these things so often happen in childhood, energy work is really good to release these beliefs, to bring them out into the open and to release the energetic blockages you have developed. And very often these things started when you didn't have language yet. And this is why it's very difficult nowadays to access it. But with energy work, we can access it pretty quickly and we can clear it up so that you then can develop exactly what your dream work and your dream life will look like. And you need to have this. Now you need to have that destination to be able to develop a plan on how to get there, to build your map. And this is step number 3. This is more than for the left-brained people, or not for the left-brained people. I mean, we are all left and right-brained. It's more a left-brained activity. Let's put it this way. And step 3 is about figuring out the daily things. What structures do you need? What habits do you have to implement? How do you work best? Which boundaries must be in place? What fits you and what doesn't fit you? And how do you make it happen? It being your big vision, the thing that wants to come out. So we're gonna develop in step 3, we're gonna develop a plan to get you from where you are today to where you want to go. And it will be an actionable plan, meaning it requires you to take action steps. Okay, and then the last step, step number 4, is again about trust. Now, it's similar to step 1, but it is kind of one layer deeper. Because you need to be very connected and you need to be very aware of what drives you. Now, your own personal why. Because it's not easy to live a self kind of governed life. Now, you need a lot of determination, you need a lot of energy, you need a lot of focus. And there are things that help you develop that, and there are things that drain you. And in step 4, we will really look at your personal rhythms. How do you work best? Are you a morning person? Are you an evening person? What are your kind of biorhythms? What are, we kind of take a step back. Now we look at your life a bit from the outside, and you learn to accept who you are and how you work best. And that might mean that you push through for 3 days and then you need to take 2 days off. It might be that you only work half a day. It's different for everybody. And in step 4, we make it clear on how it is for you. And then you will accept this and you will honor this, and you will not be swayed by anybody out there who tells you you have to do it this way, you have to have this in place, you have to have a funnel and do a webinar or whatever else. No? So you're going to get really clear on what works for you, and then you will stick with that, and you put your blinders on and you just do it your way. Because at the end you have to do it your way. You will always get back to this. So why don't you just do it right away, your way? Okay, just to make that clear again, whom this work is for. Now, these were the 4 steps now we go through. And this work is for, first of all, creative people, people that birth something big into the world. At the moment, I have a film director I'm working with, I have several authors, I have a photographer. So creative people that want to do something in that field. I also work with coaches and healing facilitators, meaning people that want to build a heart-centered business and that want to bring their vision out in this way, through making the world a better place, through serving others, but in a way that feels good to them too. All of my clients love freedom and need freedom, and because they're stubborn, they're determined, they have to do things their own way. And there are several ways I can help you with that. Of course, the best or the way in which I can tailor it best to your needs is when we work one-on-one. Because then I can really look at where are you in your life right now, what is necessary, where do you want to go, and then I have different ways of getting you there. I kind of ask you questions, lots of questions, and I cheer you on, and I sometimes kick you in the butt gently. And I give you resources, I give you things to do, I set you little challenges. And if we work one-on-one, we can also see if we use coaching or if we use energy healing. And we will do a mix depending on what is most beneficial for where you are. Because sometimes you come up against a blockage, and then energy healing really is the quickest way to break through that and to keep going. So we're going to decide on a daily basis or a sessionally basis, if that is a word, on what would serve you best. If one-on-one is too much of a commitment, I also have an online course. And in this course, it's basically a self-study course, even though we do it together as a group. It's called Inside Out, and it leads you through the 4 steps with videos, with audios, with workbooks and guidebooks and other resources. Now, so you figure out basically by yourself how you will birth your vision best. Of course, in the course, you do not have the personal guidance, you do not have it tailored specifically to your situation. So just know whatever you feel called to do, whatever you feel driven to do is for you. You can make it happen, and I believe in you. And if you need any support, please reach out. All right, bye for now.